What if I told you there's a fragrance around $60 that outperforms $400 niche products and still gets you massive compliments and lasts over 10 hours? Today, we're breaking down one of my all-time favorites, to me, a modern masterpiece and a favorite in my collection. This is Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition by Armaf. My name is Dylan. Welcome to SprayCheck, and let's dive in. First, let's break down the notes courtesy of Fragrantica. For the top notes, we have lemon, pineapple, lime, black pepper, bergamot, and pink pepper. As we get into the middle notes, we have jasmine, rose, lily of the valley, and freesia. Now, as we dive into the base and heart notes, we have ambroxan, some white musk, ambergris, cedar, leather, and patchouli. And let's talk about the bottle on Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition. Man, this thing gets fingerprints on it all the time. All right, so it's a really nice metallic gray color that looks really nice when there's not fingerprints all over it. So a cap, snap-on cap, nice and metal, plastic on the inside, but metal outside. You got that nice little, right there, that's awesome. Now when you got this spray on here, let's get you guys a nice picture of that. It's not bad, it's doable, but it does its job well. And when you're looking on the sides here, it says Club de Nuit, little medallion on there. My bottle is a little worn because I stick it in my work bag every day. I take it, so definitely gets its use. Now that we get the boring part out of the way, let's actually spray it and talk about what it actually smells like. All right, let's not hit my hand here. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, let's get that. God, I spray my hand every time, I swear. Okay, so right from the first spray, you're hit with a real zesty blast of lemon. A lot of people say they don't like it. I personally love it, so it doesn't bother me. The reason some people don't like it is because they say it's a bit too synthetic, but at this price point, that's pretty much where you're gonna be getting is synthetic materials. You might get some organics, but majority of it's gonna be synthetic. The lemon though, it's crisp and sharp. It's like slicing into a fresh lemon with a sharp knife and the citrus that kind of pops out, if you've ever done that. It's really cutting through the air. Mixed with that, you're starting to get a little bit of pineapple coming through. Not too strong, but it's definitely there. The pineapple in here is almost acting as a supporting role. It's there to help support the stronger citruses, but balances things out a bit. And then, ooh, right in my nose. Getting into that opening, you definitely can smell the pepper coming through, just giving it that really nice spice. Gives it that spicy kick, tingles the nose, keeps it really interesting. While the bergamot adds almost a sparkly champagne-esque smell to it. It's really hard to describe unless you're actually smelling it, but that's what I get from it. And I know lime is technically listed in here, but honestly, I don't really get any of that. Strip is good, but let's actually go straight to skin. I feel like it's much easier to get the notes as they kind of evolve on your skin, so let's do that. Yeah, see, that's better, that's better. I've let this sit for about 5 minutes now, so now we're diving into those middle notes. The middle notes are where the florals really start to pop out. The jasmine and the lily of the valley really give it an airy, uplifting feel. And then the rose kind of sneaks in there and just gives it a touch of elegance. It's not too strong, but you can definitely tell it's there. Now, it's not really listed in the middle notes, but here's where the smokiness really starts to pop out on this, which is one of my favorite aspects of this fragrance. Now I'm back after about 20 minutes, and let's get into the heart notes. All right, so finally the heart and the base notes start to take over, and you're really getting that ambroxan that's giving you that push. The ambroxan and musk give it that clean, salty vibe that clings to the skin. The ambergris and cedarwood really add to that richness, while that patchouli and leather really add to the earthiness of it. It gives it a lot more depth. Now to me, this is not listed in the notes, but I definitely feel like I get birchwood in here. I feel like that's what's having to give it that smokiness, but maybe you guys can tell me. From my experience, I feel like with Aventus, which is what this is a clone of, has birchwood listed in multiple notes in the middle and heart notes. So I feel like it's gotta be there somewhere. But just to finish off smelling the base notes, this is kind of where it gets just a tinge animalistic. Not in a bad way, it's just barely there. But that's what just keeps me coming back to it over and over again. This is what's gonna keep people leaning in after hours and be like, ooh, you smell good. Now, let's compare this to some of the ones that came before it, its predecessors. You definitely have cheaper options like Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT, also the EDP, and also you have the Extrait too, which I don't have that yet, but I will be getting it soon. Compared to the EDT and EDP, this is way more refined. I feel like it's better blended, better materials are used in here, and it's just smooth. It's very suave in the way that it comes off. I know this is an inspired rye fragrance based off of Creed Aventus. I have run out of my bottle, and I didn't think I would need to keep my bottles. I wasn't anticipating doing a YouTube channel. But what I can tell you is I can give you some really good comparisons between the two. To me, in the opening, this is about 70% similar to Creed Aventus. It's fruity for sure, and some of the smokier aspects tend to pop out. But this is actually a lot more smoky than Creed Aventus is. This is more lemon heavy, where Creed Aventus is primarily more pineapple heavy. The pineapple in Aventus is the actual star of the show, initially. But once you get into the dry down, I'd say it's around 80% close. Now, I used to have an older batch of Aventus, going years and years back, that was pretty smoky. And that's why I kind of fell in love with this, because this is a bit smokier than what Aventus is now. But as I kind of smell it, the main thing that's going to set this apart from Aventus, again, like I said before, is the ingredients. Now with Aventus, everything smells pretty natural in it. Aventus has that super fresh fruit blast in the beginning, and it just smells like they're using really, really high-end oils in there. Whereas this one, again, is going to be synthetic. Doesn't mean it's bad, but that's the biggest difference in smell. You can definitely smell the price difference between them. But that difference really does shrink as that dry down happens. And someone that doesn't wear Aventus on a daily isn't really going to know the difference. That's the beauty of this. All right, so let's dive into performance. I know you guys have been waiting for that. So with Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition. Oh God, that's so dirty. So with Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition, this thing is a beast in performance. For me, you're looking at 3+ hours of strong projection right after you spray it on. From there, I get maybe 2 to 3 feet of projection up into that 6 to 7 hour mark. And then once I get to 10 hours, it's more of a more intimate area where you need to be than a foot to really smell it. But I will say, when I spray this on a sweatshirt like this, it's on there for days, sometimes up to a week. I can put something like this in the closet and it's still gonna be on there. And I'm gonna give you a pro tip here. Spray it on both skin and clothes. By spraying it on skin and clothes, you're actually gonna get different aspects of the fragrance that are gonna come off differently throughout the day. I feel like when you spray on skin, you're gonna get those middle and heart notes coming out much quicker due to the heat on your skin. But when it's sprayed on clothes, you're getting that opening lasting a bit longer. And also just overall, the fragrance is gonna last a lot longer. Especially if you're like me, we're gonna be working in the sun sometimes. It's good to have it on clothes because it'll just last throughout the whole day. The feelings, how does this make me feel? This one makes me feel incredibly confident, clean, and sharp. My wife loves it, and it's perfectly safe for the office environment or pretty much any work environment. I would just limit your sprays if you're gonna be in an enclosed area. It's the definition of being classy without being too overpowering. Not to mention that I've made some of my biggest sales in my career when I've been wearing this exact fragrance. I think that might be a portion of why I'm so confident when wearing it, but I just can't help but love it. Every time I wear it, it brings a smile to my face. I thoroughly enjoy it. And here's the point I really want to drive home. The smell, the performance, and the price just makes this a killer value. And again, to me, modern classic. But here's my warning. No fragrance is blind buy safe. Everyone's taste is different. With that said, if you want something that's versatile Easy to wear any time of the year, summertime, spring, fall, winter. It's gonna work in all those occasions. For me, this is one of the best date night fragrances you can wear too, because it has such a presence when you wear it. Like I said, it's my wife's favorite that I own in my entire collection. But I would even be confident wearing this in an interview. If I was going to interview for a new job, again, lighter on the sprays, you don't want to be too loud in the room. But I feel like I could wear this and definitely pull it off and have a great impression. I had to start SprayCheck with something. And to me, this was the perfect one to start with. Club de Nuit Intense Man is one of the pinnacles of my collection, even though it's a cheapie. Now, not the cheapest, but it's still pretty cheap comparatively. If you look at my bottle, you can't see it, but it's getting pretty empty. I'm gonna have to order another one soon. I haven't fully fledged out my rating system yet. I have some ideas going, maybe doing a tiering system with a spreadsheet so that way you guys can look and see where I rate everything. But for right now, I'm just gonna give this an easy 1 out of 10 rating. And I think obviously if you've been watching this far along, this one to me gets a 10 out of 10. Now, that's going to be a very hard rating that I give in the future. It's not something that I'm going to be giving across the board all the time. It's actually going to be a highly coveted spot. I'm excited to show you guys all the things that I have planned. But before I go today, I just want to let you guys know I'm going to have links down in the description. They're going to show you exactly where you can buy this. One of them being Amazon, but keep in mind if you're looking at Amazon, make sure you buy exactly from Armaf's store on the webpage, so you're not buying a dupe, because they actually make dupes of dupes. So keep that in mind. Or I should say they make fakes of dupes. Thanks for watching. If you guys like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. Help me build this community. I have so much planned, and I want you guys along for the ride with me. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, my name is Dylan, and welcome to SprayCheck.